Okay, so let's look at the geography of what the areas that we're getting into. So we've got the physical tree, right? This is our body is like as a mini representation of the physical plane, um, where our connection to the ground would represent the physical plane, not the actual. No, there's not really a part of our body, I don't think, that connects with the physical plane, like the base chakra that we have. But you could think of it like that, as this person who is like this, the earth plane itself, or the material plane, the physical plane, in an embodied form. Um, this physical plane, as I mentioned before, is just the base chakra of this being. So when we get up to the heart center of this being, below that it's pretty much dark. Um, when you get up into the heart center, it's what happens for me is that I experienced like kind of almost like a blinding light. But within that blinding light, there was a kind of ecstasy, like a bliss, a majesty. There's all this sort of overwhelming, positive like stuff. You know, it didn't actually, and also when I first went up there, it was as though my body was dissolving, and I had to quickly come back out because I felt like I was going to dissolve away and disappear or something in all this bright light. And so anyway, it took a bit of time to go back up there again, and then it gradually resolved itself and it became clearer, and it was just like it was kind of like being in a room with a person. Um, and I haven't actually gone much further than that. Well, I haven't actually gone further than the heart center of the physical plane upwards. I've gone outwards into the astral plane. So, um, yeah, so from there, you can step out and you can go cross over into the astral world. And it's basically, well, the initial part for me is like a garden full of trees, right? Like an orchard. But the smell of these trees, this is an interesting thing about the smell, and it connecting with the heart. The smell of these trees is kind of intoxicating in a way, but you can actually, when you smell it, you can feel it. It changes your aura. The smell of it, the smell of these trees, it changes your aura. The best sort of tree, the closest tree that I can think of that smells like these trees are plane trees. You know, the smell of a plane tree, it's sort of almost a bit sandalwoody and okay, it's the equivalent of the physical realm in the astral plane. It's divided into four. The first area you come to is this garden, right? Now, going on one side, if you go to the right, for me, this is what happened. If you go to the right, there's this dark woman there. It's like the Venus sphere, but it's all corrupt and it's all connected with this corrupt the matrix and all that stuff, and how it all connects with. They suck all the energy out of the physical plane and take it for themselves. You know, and it's like the devil and fallen ones, and they've done all these deals and stuff, and it's corrupted the whole tree really. This is why I said about cutting the tree off from here. You cut the whole of the tree off and turn it into hell. Just it'll turn itself into hell, and then you start fresh with a new tree. So we're going to this new tree now. It's going to be the same tree. So it starts off with this garden. Now this being on the right hand side, this female corrupt one, is still going to be there. Still going to be corrupt. It's just that we know that it's corrupt, and we're in the process of dealing with it. On the other side, on the left side, we've got it kind of like I don't know. It's almost like a Christ or Buddha type figure, um, and they've got beings ministering to them. There's those things that are mentioned in I think it's Ezekiel and in Revelation. These creatures with these like wheels going round that make loads of noise. They make noise. There's four of them, and I think he's sort of stood in the middle of them, and he's much bigger than these things. He's like huge, and he is ministering to this little guy who's sitting up in this little place above him, just a little way above him. And this little guy is like in a little alcove, and it's like a dark little alcove. But he's almost like being worshipped by this giant big bloke who's like a Buddha or Christ or something. And then there's there's other things. But this is all the astral plane, and it all resolves itself. It all can all disappear and just be left. You can just see one spirit there. So there's a lot of illusion going on in the astral world. Going beyond that, we've looked at basically 3 areas of this plane. There's another area that's further, further into the astral plane, which is I kind of see it as the abode of Mercury, but Mercury in his healing aspect. So you can go to this place. It's like a little cottage in amongst some woods. It's not completely in the woods. There's woods like you can go through the woods to get to the back of this cottage, and it's got like a garden, and you can go and visit this guy who's a healer on the astral plane, and he heals you with all kinds of stuff. He's a bit nosy as well. He likes to know what you've been up to and stuff. But he can do some really powerful healing stuff, so that's worth bearing in mind, that sphere. And that's all the ground, the kingdom sphere in the astral plane. There's probably a lot more there as well, but that's basically it. So I'll just leave it here then, so that gives you an idea of where we're going to be starting from.